Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be doing a solo playthrough of Endeavor Deep Sea. And in this video, I'm going to be playing Mission 9, The Spill. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I am set up to play Endeavor Deep Sea. I'm playing Mission 9, The Spill. This is a pretty interesting one. Before I get going, I do want to thank all of my coffee supporters, so I'll put their names up on screens. Again, Table for One's reserved seating is for all of my monthly contributors, so that's a recurring contribution. You can make a contribution on Coffee, ko-fi, link in the description, either one time or recurring, and in either case for as little as $1. So that's what the reserved seating is, and then the Table for One Head of the Table Award is for the top 10 contributors over the last 90 days as of time of editing. So see if you can get your name on the charts. Thank you to everyone who has helped keep Table for One going. While you're thinking about it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so like I said, I'm playing Mission 9, The Spill, and I'm really excited because the expansion for Endeavor Deep Sea should be coming in a few months. So I would like to get Mission 9, obviously this video is out, but I'd like to get Mission 10 posted as well before that expansion comes out, so that would be cool. This particular mission can be 6 zones wide, so I can have 2 more on either side of these, but only down to depth 4. You can't use depth 5 in this one, so I've only got depth 1, 2, 3, and 4 out. As usual, I have the mini expansions already shuffled into there from the base game, so that would be the Robotic Wanderer dock, the Underwave Academy, and the Orca reintroduction site. And then don't forget, I've replaced my dive tokens with these 3D printed blanks. These are available on Brain Bucket Games on Etsy. Full disclosure, I'm one of the co-owners, but then I've got a draw bag here with all of the original cardboard tokens in, so it just makes the setup go a little bit quicker. So what are we doing in this mission? Thematically, there is an oil spill and we're helping to clean it up. These are the 4 starting zones. So we've got the decommissioned oil rig, and that is right above the whale calving grounds. We've got the Sea Star and the Looking Glass as usual. The Sea Star is the launch zone. I've already put my vessel there and taken the arrival bonus. And so there's some interesting stuff going on here. So each player puts an impact marker here on this first space. The first time you take a conservation action in each of these zones, instead of putting your normal disc, you put an impact marker. So that means you can conserve without having a disc in your staging area, which is really interesting because the impact marker comes from your supply. So again, that's the first time you do that in any of the zones. If you're playing multiplayer, it's the first time you do it, even if another player has already done it. And then each time you've conserved in a new zone, you take this impact marker and move it up along this track. So then this is pretty interesting. On this track, your impact markers, when you start placing them, start here. All of these zones here with this sort of reddish-orangish outline are worth -2 points. Those are polluted hexes. But you'll see this space says OK with a check mark. If you advance onto that space, then this column and all columns to its left, those -2s are now worth 0 instead. So you're really trying to advance this track to get rid of some of your negative points. And then anytime that you gain impact directly through conservation, you may choose to put the impact marker here instead, which is worth 2 points. The only other way to get there is to sort of work your way across and then be able to go from there. And then instead, if you go down, these are worth 1 point each. So that's a pretty interesting thing where you're trying to do a lot of conserving to push this up to make your points worth a little bit more on the impact board. But it's not just about this impact goal, it's really about all the goals. That's central to the whole mission. So in solo mode, this first goal is to get this marker at least to space 6. So that's that third blue check mark. So we want to conserve in at least 6 zones. So that's a lot of conserving. Luckily, we don't need discs for them all. Otherwise, I would be in a straight panic right now because conservation, I think, is the hardest action for me in this game. I don't know necessarily why, but I really struggle with that one. So this is going to be a tough playthrough for me. The next goal here is contain the spill. This one wants you to go wide. So for solo, you need to have 14 discs and or vessels at depth 1 at the end of the mission. So we want to go wide and get a lot of discs and maybe keep some vessels up there too. 14 is a ton. And that says per disc or vessel, so it doesn't include impact markers that you place for doing those first conservation actions in each zone. So that's interesting. And then this one here is protected habitats. That is for solo mode, we want to have 9 or more conservation discs at depths 2, 3, and 4. So that's quite a lot as well. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish any of this really. So I'm not really sure what my strategy is going to be other than try and conserve a lot, I guess. I think it'll be easier to do more at zone 1 than to do all that conserving at zones 2, 3, and 4. But I think I'm really going to struggle with this one if I had to guess. But let's get going. So we are starting round 1, and I need to draw this first bonus goal. And it is to have 6 or more leftover research. So we'll just put that there. Sometimes that's pretty easy. Sometimes not so much. Just depends on what's going on. If I'm doing a lot of conserving, I'm going to be spending a lot of research. So how do I want to start? Let's see. First, I need to recruit a new specialist. And I think I've got to start with the pilot this time. Let's get a pilot. And I immediately gain an impact marker. So I place that on the impact board. And that is where we start, and that first bonus is advance on a track and then advance on a track again, and it could be the same track or different tracks. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have the team leader dive and then have the pilot move over to here to gain 1 reputation. So I want to get reputation into tier 2. So what I think I'll do now is I'll take 1 reputation, and then the question is, which of these do I want to get advancing as well? I think maybe coordination. Although having a second vessel would be really helpful. We'll stick with coordination though. So I've gained my bonus. Now I gain 1 disc from the supply. So that goes here to my staging area. Then with coordination, I recover 1 disc from a specialist. And now I'm ready to start taking my turns. And I know I said I was going to dive, but I've already changed my mind. I'm going to have my team leader do a sonar action right here. And I can sonar at depths 1 or 2, and I'm going to do depth 1. And hopefully the arrival bonus will be something helpful to me, or the discovery bonus. Ooh, yeah, Orca reintroduction is killer for this one. That's what I'm going to gain. Plus, I like the discovery bonus. I don't even really need to look at remote anchorage. This is all sonar. This is sonar here with a journal, but this will give me all those orcas, which make conservation cheaper. And so I need to decide where I want to put it, right or left. I think I'll go right. Put it right here. And if you are unfamiliar with the Orca reintroduction mini expansion, I have a rules refresher video on it, as well as all the other solo playthroughs of missions 1 through 8. So you can check those out on my channel if you like. So here are the 5 orcas that we'll put here. So a quick reminder, the arrival bonus in that zone is you can gain an orca to your staging area. And then later, when you take a conservation action, if there is no orca on the zone you are conserving at, you can place an orca on the zone and conserve for free. So that's very helpful for this mission. And then the arrival bonus, I gain 1 coordination, which is really what I was going for, so I can get that into the next tier as well. And I also gain another disc to my staging area, so that's pretty cool. Now the only bummer is I was going to move the pilot, was going to have me move over here so I can gain 1 more reputation. But now, if I'm going to go there, I think I'd rather get an orca first. So yeah, I am going to put a disc on my pilot, activate the pilot. I'm going to move 1 zone to the right and gain an orca to my staging area. And I still have 1 disc, but I don't have any more specialists I can activate or anywhere else I could take actions. So that is the end of round 1. So round 1's always very short. I think that was a decent start. We're going to go to round 2 now. I need to grab the next bonus goal. And synergistic, zones with at least 1 disc or vessel, I need 11. So I just need to put stuff all over the place. So now I can recruit again. I'm still at tier 1, unfortunately. And so I'm not going to get the sonar operator. I might want the reef diver, because then I could potentially move and then dive and then move again. And that would get this up a couple more times, but then I would also be ready to conserve on the next turn. There's also, I wouldn't mind getting another pilot. I could move and move. I could move and conserve. And if I get the pilot, I'll get another impact marker. I'd put it there and advance the inspiration track twice. And then when I conserve here, I can gain an impact marker, put it here, and advance my lowest track twice, which would then get me my second vessel. And that sounds pretty good. Ooh, and if I do that conserve on this spot, I can also get another reputation. So my reputation would go up 2 times, I think. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna grab another pilot. I think that's the way to go. So again, another impact marker. I'll put it right here and get my 2 inspiration. 1, 2. Now for inspiration, I gain 2 discs, so I benefit from that immediately. Then on coordination, I return 2 discs, so all my specialists are free. And now I can start taking actions. So I will start with my new pilot and take a move action back to here, and that gets me another disc from my supply as the arrival bonus. Then I will activate this pilot and move again. And now I get 1 reputation as my arrival bonus. And now I will activate my team leader to do a conservation action. And I'm going to do this one, which normally costs 4 research, but I'm going to spend this orca instead, put the orca in the oil spill. I'm sure I've worked it all out. And then instead of using a disc, I place an impact from the supply because this is my first conservation in this zone, and I gain 1 reputation. And I gain 1 impact marker. And that impact marker, I could place it here because it's a conservation action, but I'm going to place it up here instead. Advance my lowest track twice. Once. Advance my lowest track, and then again, advance my lowest track, and that gets me my second vessel. So I place that here. That's the launch zone, and the arrival bonus is another disc. Here we go. So I've got discs galore. I'm not very good at judging what's going on in this game for as many times as I've played it, but I feel like this is off to a good start. I don't know. So, okay, that's the end of round 2. So we're going into round 3. We're moving right along here. Let's reveal the last bonus goal. Thorough. Oh man, thorough and synergistic go together so poorly. This is one of the things I'm looking forward to the most in the Uncharted Waters expansion is more bonus goals and setbacks, as well as like better difficulty settings for solo mode. So hopefully, pairings like this won't be as frequent. So Synergistic wants me to have discs or vessels in 11 zones, and Thorough wants me to fully complete 4 zones, because now I need to do both a lot of breadth and a lot of depth at the same time. So anyway, let's keep going. I can recruit another specialist now, and I can recruit up to tier 2. And it does seem like maybe I should get somebody who's got a conservation action, and when I flip this one over, I can get coordination up to the next tier. But I'm also wondering about just going for a reef diver now and advancing my reputation immediately. And then in the next round, I could probably get somebody, in tier 3, like maybe that specialist, the marine biologist. Plus, if I get the reef diver, I can dive with the reef diver and the team leader, because I think I'm really going to start needing some research points here. So kind of a tough call, but you know what? I'm going to go for the reef diver. I hope that's the right thing to do. So the immediate bonus is 1 reputation, so that's in the 3rd tier now. And then I gain 2 discs from my inspiration track. So I've got plenty of discs. I really need to push coordination. From the coordination track, I get 2 discs back, like so. And now I can start taking turns, and I will start with the reef diver. Let's go ahead and dive. We're going to remove one of these blanks and draw a token out of the bag. I hope it's a good one. Okay, and so I can either gain a disc or 3 research. I've got plenty of discs, so I'm going to spend it right away for 3 research, and I'll just set it aside over here. That's spent, and here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to activate the pilot to then move this vessel to here, and gain 1 research as my arrival bonus. I'm up to 4 research, and then I will activate the team leader. And I'm actually going to have the team leader journal because I want to use this ability to fill up this whole zone. So I will do a journal action with the green diamond journal type. And there's only 1 of those. That's right here. And that costs 3 research points. 1, 2, 3. So I've got 1 left. And now I can gain 1 coordination and I can promote 1 specialist. And so I will promote this pilot. So the disc goes back to the supply, but now I gain an inspiration and a coordination. So now my coordination is 1 tier up. That's really good. And now that frees me up to take another move action. Let's do that. And I'm going to move this vessel over to here and gain another orca. So now I'm set up. On the next turn, I can do a double conserve action. Let's see, I've got 1 research and I've got the orca. So I can do this number 4 research for free. And then I can do this 0-1 and I can complete that whole link in 1 action. So that seems pretty decent. And I have this extra move available as well. So I'll just put that here. And I need to replace that journal. So there's a new one there. And that is it for this round. I'm not going to use that move action right now. So we're moving now into round 4. We get our first setback. Let's see what that is. Protected waters. Find the depth 3 zone that contains the most discs. If tied, choose one. Well, I don't even have any depth 3 zones on the map yet. Return all the discs there to the owner's staging areas. Set aside any vessels. Discard the zone. Replace it with the top zone from the depth 3 stack. Place the set aside vessels in the new zone. So I think that just gets completely ignored. So I'm just going to set that aside. I'm fine with that. Now I can gain a new specialist up to tier 3. And I think now is the time to go for this marine biologist who can conserve or journal. And after they're promoted, they can conserve twice. So my immediate bonus is 2 inspiration. I'm going to need those discs. And now I gain 3 discs back. I'll take 1 off the team leader, 1 off the skipper, and 1 off the reef diver. I think that's the way I want to do it. So that way I can potentially promote the pilot and free up another move action that way. So let's start with my marine biologist. I'll activate them and have them conserve. They're going to conserve here, and this journal spot is taken so they can conserve twice. And so the first time I've conserved in this zone, I get to use an impact marker from the supply, and I'm going to place this orca here to conserve here, which gets my reputation up 1, and I gain an impact marker. And so I'm going to put that here, get 2 more reputation. 1, 2, get that into the next tier up. So now I can cover this. Oh, and those 2 things that I did, I was supposed to move this up. So I'm at level 3 here, and so columns 1, 2, and 3 have now just hit that check mark. I gotta get that all the way up to column 6 though. So I need a lot more zones with conservation actions. But anyway, that was my first conserve action here. My second one is going to be in this 0 cost space. I get 1 more reputation. And the link bonus is another impact. So I either want to put it here and advance my lowest track twice, or put it here, which does the same thing. I think I want to go here because then I'll get this into the next tier. And then if I'm able to get another impact, then my ingenuity and coordination will be tied and I can do coordination instead because I need to get that moving. So yeah, I'm going to put that here. Ingenuity goes up twice. Now I can go up to 3 zones at a time or down to depth 3. And that was a pretty good move from the marine biologist. I've got a few more specialists I can activate now. And I think I'm going to activate my team leader to sonar right here. And that's depth 1 through 3. Maybe I'll do depth 3 now because the rewards tend to be better further down. And then this will help me decide where to move and potentially where I can dive. So no conservation actions here. That stinks. And they're both going to get me 2 ingenuity. So I guess I'd rather have a dive site as well. So we'll get rid of vortex. Man, that's too bad. I was really hoping for some more conservation. So where do I want to put this? It's not that great. Maybe I'll put it over here rather than putting it more centralized. Put it a little off to the side. I gain 2 ingenuity. And what else? 4 dive tokens go there. So here's 4 dive tokens. Okay. And I really wanted to get the bonus for that, having more conservation sites too. What a bummer. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll take the skipper and move down to this zone just to get the 1 more ingenuity, which now gets me my next vessel. So that's kind of convenient. And so it goes to the launch zone. I get another disc right here, and then I'll spend that disc immediately to dive. I'm going to dive from here. So I get rid of one of these blanks, and again, draw a token from the bag. And we get advance 1 track or gain 4 research. And I could hold on to it, but I'm going to spend that right away for the 4 research. So I've got 1 that gets me up to 5 research. So that means I can take the I can take a conservation action here, and I can afford to do this one, 2 and 2, and I can knock that out, which would be helpful. But I do really need more zones with conservation. If I want to accomplish this goal, I need at least 4 more. So I wish this map was looking a little bit better. I've got 1 disc left. I could put it here to move just to gain an arrival bonus somewhere, but I don't see an immediate benefit to that. So I will hold on to that action for now. So we are going into what round now? 5? Oh boy. I was feeling real good before. Now I am not. Our next setback. Yeah, each player returns 1 disc of their own from a conservation site of their choice to their staging area. Man, I hate this one, and I knew it would come up in this mission. So I've only got 1 option. It's this one. At least it was a 0 cost one. So, all right, that's not the worst way that could have gone down. So now I can recruit a specialist from tiers 1 through 4. And this ROV operator could be really good. They move and dive, and when you flip them over, you get a couple reputation, and then they can dive and conserve, which I really like that. But I'm also looking here at this deep sea diver. Double dive action is really good, plus an impact immediately. I wouldn't mind if I could do this blue journal action here is 0 research. If I could do that journal action and then start diving here to get extra research, that could be nice. So, though I really need a sonar. I guess that's a problem for the team leader. I'm going to take this deep sea diver. And so the immediate bonus is an impact marker, and I will put that here. Advance my lowest track, and then advance my lowest track. So this is my lowest. And then these 2 are tied for lowest. I'm going to do this one again. And now I gain 3 discs. And then I return 3 discs. I got to take the team leader. Who else? I probably want the skipper again. And I'm guessing the marine biologist is going to be the 3rd thing. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. So now I can start taking my actions. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 discs. That's pretty good. Let me start by having my team leader journal, like I was talking about. I'm going to go here to this blue double arrow spot. So this one costs 0 research, and now I can promote a specialist. I'd rather promote this pilot. So the disc goes back to the supply. I flip them over, and now I get another inspiration and another coordination, which gets that up to the next tier. That's really helpful. And now I need to replace the journal. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to have the deep sea diver dive and dive again, both times here. And because I've got a journal in this spot, each time I do that, I get a research. So let's take those 2 research right now. 1, 2, and then take 2 dive tokens out of the bag. There's 1 and 2. All right, so I can get rid of the blanks. So I can either, sonar or gain 3 research. And then this one is gain 3 research or discard a disc to get 5 research. And I don't want to lose a disc. I'm going to spend this 3 research. 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 10 research now. And you know what? I think I'm going to spend this right away on the sonar action. Let's go ahead and sonar. And so I'm going to place a disc here. And what is that? Zones? Yeah, 1 through 3. I'm going to go for zone 3 again, and hopefully I can get something with some conservation on it. There we go. Yes, jellyfish bloom. That's what I'm talking about. Let's place that. No conservation on the Rift Valley, but so because I did a sonar action here and selected a zone with conservation on it, I gain 1 reputation. Then my discovery bonus here is 2 coordination, and that's it. So I would definitely like to get an orca for one of those 2 5 reputation spots, or 5 research cost spots. And I have enough discs to move, and then 2 left to do the conservation action. So I can move, conserve. So would I rather do that, or would I rather conserve here twice, and then I would still have 2 move actions left over to do whatever I wanted. Oh, and if I go there, I'll get another disc. Well, what would the rewards look like? If I conserve here twice, I can get, let's see, orange, yellow, yellow, green, green. Orange, yellow, yellow, green, green. That looks pretty good. 3 orange and an impact. 1, 2, 3. So that's really 2 impact. Well, if I do just that one, I can do 2 orange and a yellow, and that is 2 more impact. I think I actually want to go here. I think that'll be better, because that'll also help me move this track along. I gotta get going on that. Ooh, although look at that journal. Man, 2 conserve actions could be really huge by just having a vessel at that depth. So I can't do it. Well, I could do it right now. I can journal here. If I journal here in that green spot, I can get that journal. And that could allow me to conserve here without actually being there. And then that would also complete this zone for thorough. I don't know. I might complete this zone. Maybe this, doubtful. I don't know. I guess I could do that in either of these. That would make these dives more valuable. Maybe I'm better off if I'm going to do that. I should do it here. I guess plus that would promote a specialist, so then I can conceivably take another action. Oh, I can promote this specialist. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to use my marine biologist to journal. I'm going to journal here. And that's the green diamond one. So that's this. That costs 3 research. I'm at 10, 987. Replace the journal before I forget. And now I gain an impact. And let's put that over here so I can advance on any one track. And I will advance my reputation track. So now I'm in the final tier. I can recruit any specialist and I gain another impact. And so I will put that impact here to go up again on reputation and on coordination, which then gets me another impact. And I think I want to put that one here and gain an inspiration. So that goes up in the next tier. I can get an extra disc that way. So that's just lots of cascading impacts. And I could promote a specialist. I'm going to promote this marine biologist. So I flip them over. Their disc goes back to the supply. And now I've got this card that I can use. I actually need more discs now. So I want to conserve this way and here. And this is a double conserve. No, but okay, here's what I'll do. I'll use a disc and place it here to take this conserve action as long as I have a vessel at the same depth. And so I'm going to take a conserve action here. I'll do this bottom one, right? That'll cost me 5. I'm at 7, so I go down to 2. And it's the first time I've conserved in that zone. So instead of placing a disc, I place an impact from my supply. And I gain 2 reputation. 1, 2. That gets me another impact marker to place. I'll just set it there. And I gain in coordination. All right. And I can advance this track. All right, and where do I want to put this? Maybe I'll just put that here, start working down to that one, because the doubles are worth a little extra to me, but this one is going to be probably worth minus points at the end, and this one is not. I'm aiming to get at least to that check mark. I don't know if I'm going to get that high. So I don't know if I want to give myself that many negative points. Although, even if I get this all the way up, these are all zeros. Like, I don't know how many points I'm getting anyway. Let me just go ahead and put this here and get the extra inspiration and then 1 coordination. Because if I can get that to 5, I would gladly have more discs. That seems to be a bottleneck right now. And I think I'll just use this last disc on one of my skippers to take a move action. I'll move from here to here and gain another orca, which I can use down here at the jellyfish bloom. So that seemed like a pretty big round. That was round 5. Moving into round 6 now, let's gain the next setback and resolve that. So this is funding shortage. Each player chooses 1, either reduced your lowest attribute by 2, so that would be my ingenuity would go down to here. That's not too bad. Or flip a senior specialist to his junior side. Do not gain any immediate bonuses. If there was a disc on it, return the disc to your supply. So let's do that. Let's flip this skipper back to a pilot, because that doesn't change their ability at all. I haven't lost a disc, and now I could potentially flip them back over and get another couple bumps on my tracks. So that wasn't too bad. Now I can recruit a specialist from any tier, and this biogeographer is looking pretty cool to me. They can move and dive and conserve. I like all those things. What do they score for if I happen to promote them? For each zone where you have any conservation, that could be some points too. All right, so I get 1 ingenuity for recruiting that specialist, and then I gain 4 discs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can recover 5 discs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only got 4 out there. So I've got 8 discs plus my orca, and I'm ready to start taking turns. And I want to start with my deep sea diver again, because she can dive twice here, and there's only 2 tokens left, so I've now completed that zone, and I get 2 extra research, 1, 2, and let's get a couple of dive tokens from the bag. So I've got 1, 2, dive, and 3 research. Advance a track, 4 research. Well, I can't take any dive actions right now because I'm not on a zone with any diving available. Advancing a track could be good. Let's see if I'm at 4. If I had 7 research, what would that give me? I can conserve here for free. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be enough to do all those. So let's go ahead and toss that. We'll cash that in for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at 7. And I'll hold on to this one and make a decision on that later. So now what am I going to do? Oh, and what did I do with my impact marker here? I must have used it when I shouldn't have. Shoot. When did that happen? I think I placed this here and then moved it there and just took the wrong one. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 of those markers. So I should go up 1, 2, 3 times. Okay. So for this goal, I still need to conserve in 3 more zones. And I don't even have any other new conservation zones out there. So I'm really in trouble on that one. I need to do some sonaring stat, I suppose. And I am not equipped for that at all. So here is what I will do. I will start with my pilot and take a move action. I can go up to 4 zones. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, gain a research. Then I will use my biogeographer, I think. I don't know. The sonar has put me in a bad spot. I did not build out the map enough. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I'm going to take my skipper and move again, and I'm going to go here to the looking glass, gain an inspiration, and then I need to use my team leader to sonar, depths 1 to 3. Oh man, that's kind of a waste too, because I can't do depth 4 and I have no 3s available. So let me take that back. Instead of moving there, take back the inspiration and gain a disc as my arrival bonus. And I'll have the team leader sonar here, and that's depths 1 or 2. I'm going to do depth 2. And what do we get? No conservation. No conservation. Oh, that's a killer. That is a huge problem. All right, we'll do the shipwreck. We'll put it there, because that'll at least help my 2 lowest tracks. So it's going to bump my inspiration and my ingenuity, and then I need to place 8 dive tokens there. So here we go. Each time you dive there, you take 2 tokens and discard 1, keep the other. Boy, that did not help me at all. So I will use my biogeographer now to move. I'll move to here and gain a disc, and I can dive. I guess I might as well. This is my only option. I got to dive here, and then I'll conserve. I don't have to take the actions in that order, but it made sense this time. So I can move or gain 3 research, and I've got to figure out this turn before I'm done with the biogeographer which of these I'm going to keep. But I'll do the conserve action next. I'll do that here in the jellyfish bloom, and I'll pay for it with the orca. And so that gets me 2 inspiration, 1, 2, which is going to get me another of these impact markers. I also get 1 coordination, which loops around, gets me another impact marker. And then the link bonus is another inspiration. Okay, cool. So I can place these now. I might as well start going for points. Neither of these was directly from the conserve action. So maybe I'll work my way towards there. 1, 2, any track that I want. And I'll do this track to get me an impact and this track to get me an impact. So here's 2 more impact. So I can advance a track again, and then I am now connected to this spot that I would like to start spamming. So it really doesn't matter which track I pick at this point. What am I likely to land on and maybe advance some more? There's a lot of reputation over here. That'll definitely go up though. So maybe I do coordination. Okay, and now I've got to do something with one of these. And I'm going to take this one that I was holding before and advance 1 track. I'm going to advance my inspiration track, because I think if I fill these out, then I'll get to advance. I'll get to loop around more that way. So I'll spend this, And I'm running out of discs. That's bad. Well, I could use my aquaculturist if I had enough discs to conserve here twice, which would actually give me 1, 2, 3, 4 conserves. But I don't have the discs for it. It would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs. I only have 3. So instead, I will use this. It's a little inefficient maybe, but now I can conserve on any zone where I have a vessel, and I have a vessel, or any depth where I have a vessel. I have a vessel at zone 2, so I'm going to conserve in these 2 spaces, which is going to cost, and I get to do it twice because of having that journal, so that's 2 and 2. I'm at 8, that goes down to 4. And now this one is, let's see, a coordination and a reputation. The bottom one is a coordination, so that gets me another impact and an inspiration. And the link bonus is an inspiration, so that gets me another impact. So that's here, and I will put both of those down here. You can put any number down there, it's infinite. And that's worth 2 points each. So, okay, that was something. I could spend this to move or gain 3 research, but I don't think I need to do either. So we're going into the last round. This is not going to be very good. Let's look at this setback. Government intervention. All players return 1 disc from a depth 1 or 2 zone of their choice to their supply. I don't know. Maybe this one here? That seems like something I might need. Return it to the supply. Okay, so now I can recruit 1 more specialist at any tier, and I think I'm pretty much out of luck no matter what I do. I need 2 sonar, so I guess I'll take this oceanographer to at least bump all my tracks. So this goes up, this goes up, this goes up, this goes up, sure. And then she can sonar. And now I gain 5 discs. So here's 5 of those, and then I can recover 5 discs as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 10 discs in this final round, and I am not confident that's going to be enough to do anything. I think my final score is going to be pretty poor, but let's give it a try. Let's start with this oceanographer. We're going to sonar right here, depths 1 or 2. I'm going to do depth 1. Hopefully we can get some more conservation. Yes, needed that. We'll go here. Okay. So that luckily gets me a disc as well as a reputation, which loops around, gets me another impact. So here's my impact marker, and then I can put it here. And that was my last physical impact marker, so I'm going to have to switch colors because they're not supposed to be piece limited. So I'll start using red as I place more impact. Maybe this would have been a good idea from the start. Let's put these just so they stand out a little bit more, so I remember where I've done that. Okay, 3 more yellows to me. And now let's use this biogeographer. I'm going to start with the dive action right here. Take the last dive token from the sea star. So I'll get something here. And we have advance your lowest track or gain 3 research. And I'm just going to spend that right away. My tracks are in good shape. So let's take 1, 2, 3 research. I'm up to 7. And then I can move and I can conserve. And let's move from here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, gain another orca. And then to conserve, I will conserve here, I suppose, which will cost, and I get to do it twice. I'm going to, do I want to get that link bonus? Yeah, I suppose I do. So that's going to cost me 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm down to 4 research. Place 2 discs here and here. So that's going to get me 3 reputation. 1, 2, 3. That loops back around and gets me an impact marker. And then I also get another impact marker. So 2 impact markers. And I'm going to put both of those on this infinite spot over here. I guess those are starting to add up, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points. I got a lot of negative points, though. So there we go. I did my dive, move, and conserve. Now I need to move again. I'll use my skipper to move from, where am I going to move from? I'll move from here to here. That gets me another impact marker. And so that's my last yellow one again. That was the arrival bonus. And I'm looking now, I've only got 1 more way to sonar. Even if I promoted other specialists, I've got no other way to sonar. So I can do 1 more sonar. So even if I sonar and find a place that has conserve, and I conserve on it. That'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I need at least 6. So I'm not going to conserve in enough places. Man, that stinks. So out of desperation a little bit, let's spend this last dive token I have on the move action, and I'm going to move down to here and gain the arrival bonus of 1 inspiration, and then I will have my team leader sonar and see if I can get a depth 3 zone that's worth anything to me. Wanderer Dock and Carbonite Spires. There's no conservation between any of that. So since it's the end of the game and I'm not doing well, I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to take the Carbonite Spires because it's a lot less setup than the Wanderer Dock. Oh, man. So 1-2 reputation is my discovery bonus. That did not go well. So we'll go ahead and we'll just have my aquaculturist here conserve twice, and we'll do them both here, and I'll spend an orca. So the first one here on the 4 research is free. And then where do I want to do the other one? I don't know if it really matters. Maybe we'll go here. So that costs only, well, this one costs 0. I'd rather spend 0. So I get 1 reputation. That gets me an impact marker. And I'm out of colors again. And that also by itself gets me an impact. And this spot here gets me another reputation. And the link bonus is a disc. And let me do a little swappy here. This goes here. Oh, so I still have that disc because that should come from the supply. And I'm going to place this where? I've confused myself a little, actually. Why did I swap those? I need to be placing 2 impact. That's what I'm doing right now. I just needed a red one there to be consistent for that purpose, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've advanced 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm going to put both of these impact here, I suppose, and then cover that up. Okay, I've got 2 discs left, and I'm going to run out of discs, which is unfortunate, but I'm going to have my pilot go here and gain 1 more reputation so that my deep sea diver can dive twice. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 of those tokens. We're going to draw 2, keep 1, discard the other, and then do that a second time. So here we go. Let's see if we get a disc. Here's 2. Yes, a disc. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna discard this, keep this. Now I do another draw 2, keep 1. An impact or a move. Ooh, probably the move. So these 2 are discarded. And now I'm going to discard this to I'm going to use this, not discard, I'm going to spend it to gain a disc. So that goes here. These are discarded, put the bag away. So I have this. I've got 1 more disc. What do I want to do with it? I mean, I can move somewhere, but I don't think that helps me. My only disc is to take another dive action. I can dive there, but I'm not sure what good that is. I think I'm just going to spend this for the 3 research. 5, 6, 7. So I at least accomplish this specialist or this scholarly goal. So I accomplished something. I guess I can still spend this disc here to move. So is there an arrival bonus anywhere that gets me anything of value? I mean, I want to be in zone 1 a lot, but I'm not going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll give me to 9. Not enough by a long shot, but I guess the reputation gave me an impact. That's something. Might as well move. We're just going to go here, gain that, which gets me an impact, which we will put right here. Okay. I'm out of discs, I'm out of stuff I can do. That is the end of the game. Let's score it up. I think this is going to be pretty bad. So we'll start on my impact board. Everything from here to the left is clean. From here to the right is dirty. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's negative 12 points. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, here, these 6 are canceled out by those 6. That gets me back to 0. 2, 4, 6, 8 points. Here's a 9th, and that is it. And what was I going for? 20. So this goal I did not accomplish. Okay, what's next? Did I get this to space 6? No, I had 2 more spaces to go. I did terribly there. Contain the spill. Do I have 14 discs and or vessels at depth 1? I don't know if you're supposed to count impact or not, but it says disc, so let's assume not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if I count the 2 impact markers, that's only 9 out of 14, so that's a failure. Protect habitats. 9 or more conservation discs at depths 2, 3, or 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I count these, that's 7, 8. So even counting the impact, which I'm not really clear on, I would still be short. So far, none of these have been accomplished. That's pretty bad. Leftover research, have 6 or more. I at least did that. Synergistic, 11, have discs or vessels on 11 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only had 10 zones out, so that's a failure. And thorough, fully completed zones. I need 4 or more. And I had exactly 1 fully completed zone. This one would have been completed if it wasn't for that setback we got. And then this one needed another journal. This one needed a journal. So it was kind of within reach, but I didn't get it done. So that is a grand total of 1 objective out of 7 completed. By far the worst playthrough on this channel of Endeavor Deep Sea to date. It was kind of a whiplash of emotions. I felt I felt really good in the first round or 2, and then I started to get worried, and then I felt like things were going okay, and then it plummeted. It went off a cliff. That was terrible. A little bit unlucky in not getting a lot of zones with conservation out on the board. That would have been really helpful. So this was Mission 9, the spill. I did nothing to help the spill, but I did have a good time while I was here. At least I took care of all these orcas. I put them all over the place. Would have been nice if I cleaned the spill before I moved all the orcas around, but what are you going to do? So if you've got any advice for me, let me know in the comments, or if you think I made any mistakes, let me know that as well. I'd be happy to help if you have any questions. And then if you enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel. I do plan to play Mission 10 before Uncharted Waters comes out. That's my goal. And I've got, again, the first 8 missions as solo playthroughs already up on the channel, as well as some rules videos. So again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave some comments, share the video. All that stuff is great and I really appreciate it. Head over to my coffee page, ko-fi, and get yourself some dive tokens and a draw bag over at the Brain Bucket Games Etsy store. But that's all I've got for you this time on Table for One. I hope you enjoyed watching me lose. I had a pretty good time losing, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great week.